Oh, good morning. Good freaking morning. I got new DJI mics. Check this out. I got the little case. I got these used because there's no way I'm paying full price for anything these days. So here's the current state of this kitchen counter. I feel really bad for my roommates. As long as also this stuff is all mine as well. Just all the stuff everywhere. I've been doing a little bit of work this morning and I just came home last night. Does this white balance seem off to you? I look like yellow. I came home last night at like 9 and I passed out because after a 12-hour travel day, things get a little intense. It was my last film job for the dancing season. I have to get surgery. Yeah. Okay. So I can't work. I have to pack up my gear, organize it, and then like get it ready for it to be shipped. I'm being sent, my company's sending me shipping labels and zip ties so I can zip tie the Pelican cases, because last year they tried to get me for not having the Wi-Fi router, even though I packed it in there and I didn't take a picture for proof. So now I'm taking pictures of proof this year, and so they're not gonna get me, because like I guess the UPS people or whatever went through it or whatever, and yeah, they took everything. So I'm not getting that same issue this year. I've learned my lesson. But essentially, I have to take this thing off, my metal pole that I let sit in my car, and the tape has now melted to the handles, and so this is going to be very interesting getting this off here. It's like all sticky, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to get this to unstick, but I'm just going to have to cut literally everything off. Right. Okay. This should be interesting. I'm gonna try and do a time lapse of just all of this. By the way, guys, if you ever want to know how to get this sticky stuff off, just use the same tape to pat it and like get it off. It literally works so well every single time. So it's a little tip for you. Okay guys, the progress has been okay. I've managed to, I'm FTPing data files, and I have that stuff packed already, that packed, but I'm waiting for that to FTP, and then I could fold it away, put it away, and when they send me the shipping code and the zip ties, I'll be able to just ship it to them. All this stuff on the floor that needs to go in my truck, which I'm actually going to attempt to do that now before it gets like too hot. But that also worries me about putting stuff in my truck now, is that like it's gonna get hot, and so I don't want anything to like melt. You see? I'm gonna try to fit as much as I can in my truck before like I have to leave here. So like I'm getting in the process of like starting to pack it up, wrap it up. We're not living in Florida anymore. That's also a thing, I have to do the laundry, because my laundry is, she's done, and my laundry is pretty much all my work clothes, so I can pack all these clothes because I won't be needing these for my next job. It's 8:40 right now. I want to do some work for the Patreon page. I'm going to be doing pamphlets, things like that, like packing lists, just kind of like how I structure my videos. So if you're interested in any of that, my Patreon page is down linked in the description below, as well as some affiliate links. So if you want to purchase any of the gear that I have, like these fancy new DJI mics that I got on a discount from the used store, you can go ahead and click my link down below. It doesn't charge you extra. It just helps me out, gives me a little percentage. So I just went on a run and I'm gonna get some work done. I am saving some of my editing things, so I might go out for a little adventure today. Today I'm going to the movie theaters. I'm gonna go watch Devil Wears Prada 2. I'm very excited about it. My mom introduced me to this movie when I was younger, and I've been obsessed with it since. So I'm very excited to be going to the movies today. Today's Tuesday, so I get a discount for the movies. See, you never pay full price for anything. Also, since I have these brand new fancy mics, I will be selling my Hollyland mics on my Poshmark, so the link is down in the description below to this video. And you can also bargain a price with me, so yeah, link down in the description if you want my mics. These work just fine. Obviously I've been using them for like the majority of my channel, but I just upgraded, so if you want them, let me know. I'll ship them right to you. There's a group of them. I just figured I'd come and sit by the lake. Maybe I'd see an alligator come up about like this close to me. Maybe not. Here's a feather. I've recently been learning a lot about communication. I've been learning how to make deals, been learning how to understand and listen to people more. I'm learning that communicating is a way of leverage in a business. I think it's interesting how I found that in the University of London, they did a study and it showed that with your voice and the tone and how you speak, your heart rate automatically syncs to the person's tone of voice. So if you're like stressed, if you're anxious and it comes out through your voice, the other person is going to feel that through how you are speaking, and their heart rate is going to match up with how you are speaking. It's so fascinating that communication in general can allow people to connect on that level. And the more that I learn about these things, the more that I learn about how these things are done, I start realizing, man, I've been really sold to over the years because of all this communication and the way that people speak in general. I've always struggled with speaking. I've always struggled with presenting in front of a class. I've always struggled with when I was a science teacher for 4th graders and 5th graders at science camp out in California. I always struggled with feeling like I was understood, or the concepts that I was teaching was understood, and I struggled with feeling like I communicated the subject matter well. And of course you have to change your wording, because they don't understand such vocabulary. And I don't know, I'm just realizing how a lot of communication impacts many different people, and how it impacts many different people, how it can be persuasive, how it could be comforting, and when to use it, when not to use it, how to use it well and speak well and thoroughly. And I really enjoy learning about this because I feel as though I can use this again as leverage in business. If I start creating a business of my own, having a videography business of some sort, or even if I become brave enough to buy a business one day, I can learn how to sell and communicate and be something that people are attracted towards. I find that people who speak very well and know what they're talking about and have a very calming tone, I think they are what people are attracted to, and they get more recognition, they're more noticed. And I notice these things, I'm like, wow, what a cool tool to add to my tool belt. As a lesbian, yes, I know. But even cutting out the likes and the ums has been a drastic change. It's so hard to focus on forming your words and having those awkward silent pauses, as you will, because social media nowadays has edited those parts out, the likes, the ums, even the dead silence, and it just cuts to immediate more information, more talking, more this, that, and the other. When actually, if you pause and it's silent for you to collect your thoughts, the other person is 40% more likely to remember what you say after that silent pause. Because it grabs our attention, especially now in this era of everybody talking so fast because they're afraid of getting cut off or their attention span's gonna ruin it. I think it's even more important that we pause and that we show these pauses and that we express this, because the data shows that more people will listen if there is pause. And I realized that speaking with intention, going into a conversation and knowing what you're going to talk about, has helped me minimize those likes and ums. And that has tremendously helped me. And so when I'm intentionally in a conversation, I'm present, those likes and ums disappear because I have this formulated idea. It's pretty windy today. And I'm able to articulate it in a way. And by not having these likes and ums, you sound smarter. I used to get so jealous of the people who would sound so smart, who would use big words, and they would just sound put together and tied in a bow and perfect. I wanted to do that. But the thing is that it wasn't just expanding vocabulary or learning big, hard words. The thing is that people, the average people in everyday life, they don't understand the big words. So for you to sound smart, you actually have to simplify what you are saying and communicating for them to understand it well. So if you keep it simple and shorter, they'll have a more retention span to then remember that information. Especially with people who tend to forget things a lot. You have to use these techniques with them because, and I know a lot of people who have short attention spans and short memories like that. And so I have to use these specific things for them to remember. Or I just say it a bunch of times and hope that they get it. But there's lots of these tips and tricks and things that I've been learning throughout the last 3 weeks that I've gained so much understanding. I'm like, oh, this is why speakers do this. And if you listen to Barack Obama, he has such well-spoken speeches, and he really gets the point across. And even the tones and the ways that we communicate ultimately also have an impact on how much you understand, how much you get from the conversation. I think I just have an obsession with learning and learning how people and humans function. I think I should have had a study where I think I should have gone to college for like behavioral scientist or some communication something or other with behavioral management. Some people say I would make a good therapist because I give advice. I can give advice, but I can't take my own advice. Who knows? Maybe I should make a career out of that. I don't know. I'm 24. There's so many things that I could do. And yet I'm stuck here, paralyzed, with so many options that I don't even know what to do. Build a business, go into therapy, start sales, who really knows, work for another company, a social media, I don't know. There's so many routes. And then I get decision paralysis. Anyways, let's just enjoy the lake view while we still have it. There's a bunch of trash where I'm sitting. And that doesn't change even no matter how far you walk down. There's just a lot of trash everywhere. All this trash. It goes all the way down. Don't you worry about that. There's bug sliming things here that I've been looking at for the majority of this conversation, wondering what these things are. I don't know exactly what they are, but they look very slimy. I don't think I want to touch them either. But they look cool. There's like a couple over there as well. I feel as though I'm getting sunburnt. Yet again. Okay. Honestly, I'm glad I'm not staying in Florida for the summer because it's already 90 degrees and it's really hot. And I am wearing pants, but that's because I knew I was going to sit on the sand and I didn't want to get it on my skin because I didn't want to do that. But yeah, it's very humid here in Florida. And so I feel like the summer is just 10 times worse. So I'm just glad I'm not staying for the summer. It's getting to the point where it's just like too hot to be outside. It's like it's getting there. See, I wish they just taught this stuff in college. Just basic classes, just to how to speak to people. Like you could take, studying the human brain, you can do human behavior in like therapy courses, but you can't learn how to speak to people. Like there's no class teaching you specifically about how to verbally communicate with somebody. I feel like if I came out of college rocking with how to speak to somebody and know how to sell myself and know how to just sell in general, I feel like I would have already had my dream job. I feel like I would have already had a business. I feel like I already would have been making 10 times more. But it's just a system to keep us broke. I swear it is. Honestly, just take a look at it. There's just proof everywhere. Guys, I have a new obsession. It's getting the 7-pack of burgers, Impossible Burgers, at Walmart for like $13. So good. Vegan burgers, amazing. Barbecue sauce. I don't have lettuce, but I'm telling you, sourdough bread, perfect combination. It's cooking. It is cooking.